Hi everyone, welcome to another garden tour. This is my early July garden tour. We just got back from vacation last night, so I'm gonna walk through the gardens today with you and show you all the good and the bad and the ugly. And there is a lot of ugly. Some of the rabbits have just kind of ravaged my garden. It's amazing what they can do when you're gone for a week and not here to monitor everything and spray, but they have definitely just kind of destroyed a lot of my stuff. They have eaten a lot of my seedlings and nibbled away at a lot of my plants and just done a lot of damage. But there's also some things that have grown since we left a week ago and some things that are starting to bloom. So I am just gonna kind of walk through and show you what's gone on. And I think we also had some heavy rains while we were away, so a lot of the mulch is not looking the best, kind of washed away and piled up in some places. But let's just kind of walk through and see what's changed, see what's happening. I'm gonna start you over here in my sunny long border and show you my Limelight Prime hydrangea that is starting to put on some buds. That's exciting. Hopefully that'll be flowering nicely real soon. My dahlia is kind of slow to take off. This is the David Howard dahlia, and I kind of was hoping it would have more growth by now, but it's growing just a little slowly. Behind my derunk boxwoods, I had planted a bunch of sunflowers and none of them are coming up. They've all been eaten or the seeds have been taken by the animals, so that is kind of a bust. And you can see even that one that was coming up has been like eaten completely down by the rabbits. I'm just kind of frustrated with all the rabbit pressure this year. It's been really bad. A lot of baby bunnies. My lily is about done, and you can also see what they did to it while I was gone. Yeah, they ate all the foliage right off of that. So I don't know, I think I might have to leave it up because the plant, needs the green foliage to rejuvenate for next season. So I may just have to deal with it. And it almost looks like, well, I guess the flowers just kind of fell off of there. I thought at first that something came through and ate the flowers off, but they must have just fallen to the ground. So my lily is about done. And they also went to town on my zinnias. Yeah, they're not looking so good. I may have to go in and try to add some more seed. Maybe I'll do that today and see if I can get some more to grow. Hopefully they'll be blooming by, the fall before the season is over. There's my herb pot. I see that my purple basil is already flowering. I guess I'll have to come in and take care of that. Cut the flower off. I don't think I want it to flower quite yet. My berry treasure strawberries are not looking good either. Oh man, there's like no strawberries coming, barely, and they've just been nibbled away as well. Disappointing year for those. I may try a different variety next year. I'm not sure that I've been super impressed with this variety. Just producing berries, and the flowers didn't last super long for me, so I may just put them in a pot for next year and try something different. I've heard really good things about the Seascape variety of strawberries, so maybe I'll try that next year. There's a little rock that my daughter painted me last week. She loves to paint rocks for my gardens. I love putting them throughout. I have a daisy that's looking like it might start blooming soon. My black-eyed Susans are still not quite in bloom, but they're almost there. Little jalapeno plant down here that is not producing any peppers at the moment. Might have to give that some more compost. Here's my powwow pink coneflower, looking beautiful. And Royal Hawaiian Aloha elephant ear is putting on some nice growth. I went through and just added a bunch of nasturtium seed, which also came up a little spotty, but I think I see, is this a flower? Yeah. I think that one's about to put on a flower, so that's exciting. Some more daisy and black-eyed Susans. I went through and cut back my, excuse me, my catmint. Cat's Pajamas Nepeta, hoping that it would encourage it to produce a new flush of blooms. So we'll see what happens there. And these are my raspberry ripple zinnia that have not done very well either. I throw all of the seed directly into the ground because I just don't have room to start it inside. So it's often hit or miss what actually takes off and gets going. More powwow pink coneflower. These Mystic Illusion dahlia just keep on going. They have not stopped blooming since I put them in the ground. They're so beautiful. More nasturtium and Hohenweinstein lamb's ear that is also just getting destroyed by the rabbits. Lots of mulch washed out here too. My little lime hydrangea is also putting on buds, which I'm honestly a little surprised that the Limelight Prime isn't more in bloom, because last year it definitely bloomed before the little lime right here. Just have more spotty nasturtium thrown in the ground. A lot of the seed didn't end up coming up. Catmint cut back. More raspberry ripple zinnia that's looking a little better than the other side, but still not that great. Black-eyed Susan, and this coneflower is really tall. Although it looks like something's eating away at the petals there. I'm not sure what that's about. Another Royal Hawaiian elephant ear. A little smaller than the other side. Tiny little daisy. I've said this before, but my plants are really small. I went in and divided a lot last year, and this whole bed is only like 2 years old. So there's still a lot of work to be done with it and filling in. This is my Stargazer lily. The rabbits did not get to this one yet, thank goodness. Looks like that might open up soon. And This is more zinnia, which is looking a whole lot better than the other side. I see a bud trying to come and a couple that have been eaten down by the rabbits, like that one. That's okay. That is what it is. It's part of gardening. My dahlia. This is the HS date. And I had went through and cut back my wee white hydrangea because, except for this one right here, they were looking real crispy. So I'm hopeful that these will put on some new buds. And my Twombly's red sentinel Japanese maple is looking good. And I feel like these are all purple pillar rose of Sharon behind here. I feel like they have put on a whole lot of growth since a week ago. They got a lot taller. Wow. They will be in bloom hopefully in a few weeks. So some wins and some losses here. It's just part of gardening, right? Gotta deal with it all. Take you over to the other side and show you what's going on over here. Over on this side, my limetta hydrangeas are still looking really good. I just love these hydrangeas. Oh, they're so pretty. I had put in these vigorous orchid sun patience, which are actually starting to fill out really nicely. I'm hopeful that these will get nice and big and tall and wide. Another limetta hydrangea and my denim and lace Russian sage is doing really well. I had put in a little patch of giant yellow marigolds right here that the rabbits ate off. There's a couple that are still going, but yeah, that was kind of a bust. My boxwood hedge is looking really nice. I did notice on my crepe myrtle, let's see, where was it? Over here. I think that might be powdery mildew, which I haven't ever dealt with on this before. So I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know, our weather has just been wacky. We dealt with, a drought for almost 2 months. And now for the past couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, we've dealt with a lot of rain. So I just think things are, I don't know, struggling a little bit. Not knowing what to do. Here is my Melina Fleur Dahlia, which is getting very, very tall. And it looks like, if I can get in there, looks like it might be putting on some buds, which is super exciting. Summer Song, Firefinch Coneflower, looking real pretty next to my Mystic Spires Blue Salvia, which is finally starting to put on some nice growth. That one back there doesn't get quite as much sun, so it'll take a little bit longer probably. Bees love these plants. My Mucho Nacho Jalapeno. Let's see if I see lots of buds. but not a whole lot of mature peppers right now. I picked off a few right before we left, so it's still getting going, and it looks like the rabbits might have nibbled on my purple hyacinth vine a little bit back there. And this is my only sunflower that took off. This is the Pro Cut Gold that is doing really well. I've planted so many seeds back in here, and I'm really disappointed that it just didn't work out, but I'll have to think of something else next year, not rely on only sunflowers back there. I have more zinnias coming up here that have been nibbled on. Oh dear. Yeah, these have been nibbled on pretty good too. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess just, I need to move some of them around and maybe just try to throw more seed in the ground and see what happens. This patch is looking a little bit better. This is the Benary's Giant. You can see a flower starting to come. My purple hyacinth vine right there is doing pretty good. And I had some more back here. And some sweet peas tied up, which are looking a little messy. I don't see any flowers yet. I was just kind of hopeful that I would see maybe even a few flowers before it got too hot. I see a big jalapeno on this guy, ready to be picked. And some more zinnias that are struggling. Oh man, not my zinnia year, I guess. More Mystic Spires blue salvia. I have a little tomato plant here, patio tomato, that's fallen over that I need to stake. And Summer Song Firefinch coneflower. And my cucumbers are, this one is getting ready to take off, it looks like, and those two are struggling a little bit. Probably a sun issue. They don't get quite as much sun back here. So that's my Obelisk side. A lot of losses on this side, and a lot that I want to do on this side. It's just still in its baby phases and a work in progress. I really want to add some interest to the back wall and continue to put in more perennials. So slowly but surely it'll get there. I'm gonna walk you over and show you my method for watering pots while I'm gone. Before I show you my pots, I wanted to give an update of the cosmos that I seeded in here. They were looking really good when I left for vacation, but the rabbits had their way with these too. I didn't think they were gonna bother these, but they ate a lot of them down to the ground. They cleaned out a lot of the seedlings back there. And just, yeah, nibbled away. I may go in and try to move these around as well, just disperse them a little more evenly. I also had a patch of zinnias back there by the downspout, and they definitely cleaned those out. So that's disappointing too, but nothing I can do about it. And this is my setup for when I'm away. I have some neighbors that are willing to help me with my pots and take care of them, water them. So I try to make it as easy as possible for them. I move most of my pots to the back patio, except for some of my porch pots that like a lot of shade. I just give them a really good watering before I leave, and just let them sit on the porch and hope for the best. But we do have a hose link, which is awesome. And I just leave the hose pulled out on the patio for them, and I just line them all up, and all they have to do is come through and give everything a good watering. So everything's looking really good. These are my seedlings that I started. Let's see, these are the Canterbury Bells, Foxglove, and kind of a mixture of Delphinium and Foxglove right here. And as you can see, I way overseeded my pots. I'm gonna have to go in and try to see what I can do to split those, and plant some of those seedlings maybe a little bit later when it's not so hot. My begonia is looking pretty, actually doing really well in the sun so far. It's not looking too brown. The flowers, you know, there's some brown flowers, but the leaves are looking pretty good. Pink geranium, and my Winecraft smoke bush is doing well. There's a lantern fly. I'm gonna have to get out my vacuum and vacuum up a bunch of these again. Some zinnia getting a couple buds. Exciting. This pot really filled out while I was gone. Pink geranium, and I think this is the Dusty Miller vine. And some bacopa back in there. And this was an experiment to keep these in this tray of water so that they could drink from the bottom. And I think it worked pretty good. I have some calibrachoa and big leaf begonia, white sun patience. I have an ageratum hiding back in there. And my Supertunia Bordeaux petunias. I went in and cut them back before I left because they were getting way overgrown. Looks like I might be getting some buds on my mandevilla, pink mandevilla, so that would be exciting to see. And a lantana that looks like it lost its flowers back there, so I'll have to get that in more sun. So that's how I handle my pots when I'm away. It's still pretty early, so this area is still getting a good amount of sun. It gets morning sun, and then it'll get afternoon shade. And I haven't taken a super good look over here yet, but we can see all the mulch has really washed away right here. I'll have to go in and fix some of that. And my big leaf begonia is really loving its life right here, doing really good. Again, I'm planning to put that in a pot right there instead of the hanging basket. My river of impatience, and I just noticed something. My pink mint clematis is coming back. That is exciting. That was eaten to the ground by the rabbits, and I wasn't sure if it was going to make it or not, so I am super excited about that. Beautiful impatiens. I just love these. The Annabelle hydrangeas are looking so good. Wow, I was a little worried at first because they took forever to bloom out and the blooms seemed a little small, and I was thinking maybe it's because they got too much shade, but they're really looking good. I think they like their spot. Japanese forest grass continues to put on growth. And this pink clematis is really doing good. Might need to kind of help that a little bit to wrap itself around, but it's really growing well. I have some Brunera, Queen of Hearts Brunera, and this columbine it's almost like rejuvenating itself. You can see all of the old ratty foliage, and then this is all new growth, and it's putting on another bud. That's crazy. Things look like they're looking pretty good back in here. I have a wee hosta and prairie sky hosta right there. My elegans and halcyon blue. It looks like it's putting on its flower buds. That is the Shadow Lake, or what is it? Shadowland Diamond Lake hosta back there. My Autumn Brilliance ferns, they look like they put on growth too. Wildberry heuchera. Underneath, this is my Autumn Brilliance serviceberry. I love the fall color on this. It's really beautiful. It's the brightest orange that I've ever seen, really. It's adds just such nice color back in this corner. And then I've repeated a lot of the same, the wee hosta with the elegans and the blue halcyon back in there. This is my Casablanca lily. The rabbits ate some of this also, but it looks like they stopped like halfway up, which is good. So overall, things are looking pretty good back here. Walking you in from the other side, my incredible hydrangeas on either side that are doing, this one is doing well. This one, wow, this has huge flower heads. You can see my hand here. Those are really big. And this one I've showed you before is struggling a little bit. The flower heads aren't as big, and it has brown spot, or I don't know if that's a fungal issue or what that is, but it's not looking the best. I'll show you my rudbeckia that is getting nibbled on. The flowers, you can see, but looking pretty. The rabbits are also loving this patch of zinnia. I also will probably go through and disperse these a little bit better. I don't see any flowers coming quite yet, but hopefully I'll get some flowers soon. Take you over to the star of the show. Here is my hollyhock. This was left in here from last year. I had a little garden, a little vegetable garden, and threw in some seed, and only a couple plants ended up taking off. And this was one of them. It is huge, probably, I don't know, 7 feet tall at the top there, but just so beautiful. My goodness. I need to go in and stake this a little bit better. The stake is falling over. It got so heavy from all the rain and just the weight of it. You can see I have two different colors. I have the pink and this dark kind of magenta color. And it's definitely a Japanese beetle magnet. There we go. And another one, and also lanternflies like this. There's a few babies up there. I don't know if you can see them, probably not, but I'll have to go in and clean this up a little bit. So this is definitely gorgeous, and my river of ageratum is filling in and taking off, looking so pretty. And that is the end of this first July garden tour. Lots of losses, some wins. I have to go in today and kind of clean things up a little bit, throw in some more seed and see what happens. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have a great day. See you next time. Bye.